welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you haven't already, please make sure to join the Alleyways family. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and turn on post notifications, not only so you know when I have new content, but also so I can include you in my subscriber shout out. This is my special way of thanking and acknowledging each and every one of you, and I am going to be shouting out a very special subscriber at the end of today's video, so make sure you stay tuned until the end in case that's you. Okay, for today's video, we are doing an updated makeup routine. This was requested by today's subscriber shout out. Stay tuned until the end to see who that is. You all wanted to see what I've been doing differently with my makeup lately, and this is really kind of become my everyday makeup routine, and it's definitely different from some of the previous videos that I've posted. I've got new products that I absolutely love, a couple new tools, and yeah, I am excited to share it with you all. I'll have links to any of the items I have discounts for in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, please just let me know and I'll do my level best to try to answer them. But let's not wait anymore. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I always prep my skin. I just have had the same skincare routine since I was young. I use Cetaphil moisturizer. I use Different Gel. You can see I'm really broken out right now because I've been flying with a mask a lot. So I'll use like Different Gel on any breakouts that I have. And then I've actually been using the Tarte eye cream lately, and I really like it. I really think it's helping my eyes be less puffy and look brighter. But to start, I use this Obagi concealer on any kind of active acne I have, just to protect it, because this is medicated to treat acne, but it actually has makeup in it, which I think is so nice, especially for me if I'm having to go on a shoot where I know I'm going to wear makeup. I always take this with me or just put it on ahead of time so that my skin is just protected from any makeup that's going on top of it and not making any active breakouts worse. So I'll just start by doing that. And then if you've been around on the channel for a while, you have seen this. My foundation routine has not changed at all. I'm still using the Perfect Face Concealer in Y5 with this Morphe foundation brush. And my face is always darker in the summer from walking outside, so I just blend down my neck. So I'm going to do that. I'll do like the first streak so you guys can see how incredible this concealer is. I have a discount for the Perfect Face. This is a woman-owned business that is based in Texas. They were our sponsor for Miss USA. All of their foundation, all of their makeup is designed for camera, so it looks really flawless. It's super high quality, and this lasts forever. So I'm just now getting to the bottom of this, and I've had this for way more than a year. So I think it's a really reasonable price, and it lasts a long time. I will always use this foundation, and it doesn't break out my skin, which is nice. So just loaded just a little bit on. A little bit goes a long way, and look how perfect that goes on. It's called, I think, Flawless Foundation. I'll link this below, but you can see just the coverage is amazing, but it still looks like skin. So I'm going to just go, do my entire face and then down my neck so I don't have any sharp lines, and I'll come back once that's done. Okay, so I put foundation all over my face. I blend some into my ears because they tend to get really red, and then you can see I've done just down my neck, and if I need to do any on my chest, I will. This is getting a little dark because I haven't been out in the sun as much lately, so soon I'll probably need to change colors. I also have just some melasma, so I go a little bit darker just until I can get this laser just to cover that really well. And then I've got a little bruising here from Botox, but you can see it's just blended and covered so well. Just make sure you get all the way out towards your ear, around your neck. You don't want to have any really harsh lines. And then another thing I try and do is go in downward strokes to any baby hair that I have on my face, just to like lay it down. We all have hair on our face. I haven't done any dermaplaning in a while, and so just to lay those down to make the makeup smoother, I always do that. Next thing I do is move on to concealer, and I'm still using the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral, but I've changed how I do my concealer just based off of viral TikTok videos. So I just use the applicator and I go right into the corner and then just do a little right there So basically, now I'm just using a little less concealer than before, and then I just flick up the outside corner of my eye, like that, and then I do the smallest bit on my nose, and then really thinly on the bridge. So turn the applicator where you can get the smallest part, and just do the littlest, thinnest line you can. And I've probably said this in the intro, which I haven't filmed yet, but like, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm really lucky that I get to work with professional makeup artists, but this is just how I do my makeup. And I'm always learning. Also, I always try and pull down my nose and just get a little, because my nostrils tend to get really red for some reason. So I just try to get plenty right at the base of my nostrils. And then once I have my concealer down, I let it just sit for a couple seconds. And then I just take my finger and then start patting it in, just like really kind of pushing it. You can do this with a damp beauty blender. I haven't been using my beauty blender lately. I don't really know why. I think it's because I was traveling a lot and I just forgot it on the trip, and then it kind of fell out of my routine. But I just, you know, make sure you wash your hands before, and then I just kind of pat everything in. I also will just go over my foundation. Any areas where it looks like there's too much or it just needs smoothing, I'll take some of this over my eyelid and over my brow bone just to kind of prime for our eyeshadow. And then up and out. And that's how I do my concealer. I'm going to go finish this up and we'll come back and do contour. Okay, now I have my concealer blended in well enough. I take the Perfect Face in the color Y9, and I use this as a cream contour. I just use a small little brush like this, and I go in under my cheeks. I go in on either side of my nose, and just right at the bottom. And then I do the outside of my forehead. And then sometimes I'll just do right under my chin if I want to sculpt my jaw. And then once I have that down, I just take my big foundation brush that we used earlier, and I blend this all in just kind of like big little swirly motions, except for my nose. So I'll do my forehead kind of in the big swirly motion. As you can tell, this is very technical, this tutorial. For my nose, I kind of squish the foundation brush like this and just pat it in so it stays pretty precise, because I want my nose to look very sculpted. And then I'll kind of do down the sides of my nose like that with a little bit bigger. And my chin and my jaw. Okay, so that is my foundation, concealer, and contour. Next, I move on to powder. For my powder right now, I'm still using Maybelline in both the medium and light. I'm looking for a better powder, so drop your recommendations in the comments down below that are like pretty moderately priced. Like, I don't mind spending if it's super nice, but there's some things that are just crazy expensive. So I just take the light powder and do it over all the areas we put concealer. So under our eyes, over our eyelid, chin, down the bridge of the nose, and then in the middle of the forehead. So I'm going to go keep doing that and just kind of patting it in, and then we'll come back and do the medium. Next, I take the medium and I just go over all the areas that are supposed to be a little bit darker. Like I said, I'm not a professional and this is not very precise. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. But yeah, just anywhere that we kind of had something that was a little bit darker, and I do my neck. And I put on a good amount of powder because I don't like too much shine. Because a lot of times I'm doing this for camera and it just becomes really greasy looking. I like to have controlled shine. So as you can see, that still has like a normal healthy amount of glow in good areas. but it also helps just keep my makeup in place for the day. Next, I move on to doing powder, contour, blush, and highlight. So I have, for years, sorry, I'm like rattling around in my makeup really loudly. I have for years used the Hoola bronzer. I don't think I will ever change off of it, and basically I just take a smaller brush and go over all the areas where we put our cream contour from the Perfect Face. And this is the color, I don't know what this one is. I know there's two different colors, but the package looks like this. And actually it's almost time for me to get a new one. So I just go over my nose and cheeks, sides of my foreheads until I'm happy with it. If it gets too crazy, I'll go back and blend with the big brush, like the big soft foundation brush, or foundation powder brush, like that. And just to make it look a little bit more natural. We don't want any harsh lines. Then for my blush and my highlight, I got these new Tarte products. So this is the color Exposed, and this is the Exposed Highlight. I got this from the Pink Lily Boutique Ambassador Meetup. It was in our goodie bag, and it is amazing. So I just kind of place it on the high part of my cheek. It smells amazing, and I like the color, and it lasts all day without moving. And I just kind of do this to make my cheekbone look high, and sometimes I'll just put a little right on my nose. I saw that trend on TikTok, and I think it's kind of cute, just to make it look like we're a little bit sun-kissed. Maybe just do a super light little swipe over the apple of my cheek. Then I take the highlight, and I'm doing this all with the same brush, which I know is like probably not good, so probably don't follow me on that, but I'll use my finger just to flick some on the end of my nose, just the littlest bit, and then down the bridge as well. So just where we placed that concealer earlier. That's my mom coming home. That's the door opening down there. And then I just take the brush and go here and really go in those soft circles. So do that on both sides. And then dust it over my cheek. And again, if it gets too crazy, just keep blending it. I'll go there, and then I would go over my Cupid's bow. And then I recently saw this tutorial where a girl just went over her eyelids, like on the inner part, and then hit her brow bone. So I've just been doing that recently, just like the littlest bit, just to bring some light right there into the center of my face. So that is the skin routine. Now let's move on to eyes, because that has changed since my last tutorial. So my friend Chavi brought me this Nomad palette. It's the Tuscany palette, and this is what I've been using on my eyes lately. I cover all my lids in this color right here, and I just take a pretty fluffy brush and go in and try and cover the whole lid really well and really get up pretty close to the brow bone, but still leaving a little space for brightness there. So I do that on both sides, then I'll come back and show you what's next. Okay, so I cover both my lids pretty well with that color. Then I go in and just tap into this top little color right here and sweep right up close to my eyebrow. You can see immediately, right? It creates some shape and some arch, and I'll go really lightly underneath and then swipe right here in the inner corner to start bringing some brightness there, to really kind of wake up our eyes and make us look nice and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, if you will. And then pop it right there. And see, I think this one got a little low, and it creates kind of a sagging look to me on the lid. So if you make that mistake, just go back in with your dark and just kind of reclaim some of that. Just like so. So next what we're going to do is contour our lid. So to contour my lid, I use this smudge brush from the Perfect Face. I use the Morphe palette that is Always Golden 9A, and I just go into this color right here, Witness, really lightly, and then look straight ahead and just go where my eye naturally folds and start just mimicking that shape to create some depth, and then flick up from the outer corner to where the outer corner meets your crease. Just like so. So you can see already this eye has a little more shape and definition. So I do that and work that in really well on both sides. Then I'll come back and we'll do our lower lash line. Okay, so I just finished contouring both my eyelids. I use this same brush and I go in with this super old MAC eyeshadow. I think it's called Amorous Alloy. It's broken, otherwise I would show you the color. And it's this really coppery color, and I just smudge my lower lash line to kind of make it nice and smoky, and then flick up on the corner. I do this on both sides. And then if this starts to look too powerful, what I like to do, let me make sure I get both really evenly. What I like to do is go back into the Nomad palette and get this kind of color right here that's more of an ashy, because this looks super warm to me and I like it to be a little bit cooler toned. So I'll just get this ashy color and go over our contour with a little bit of this, see? To bring some of the cool tones back. And then once I have that shape in place, what I do is go in with a big fluffy brush like this and just start blending so the lines are softer, because this is pretty harsh to me. I like to have shape and definition, but I don't want anything to be too harsh. The other thing is if I feel like we've lost some brightness above my eye where it looks too smoky and not everyday enough, I go back into the Morphe palette and go into this Surprise Gold, and I just tap my finger and then sweep some over my lid like this to create some brightness there where some of that might have fallen down or our lid might have gotten just too dark. The last thing I'll do is, like, to me this is still looking like pretty dark and I don't like how harsh it is right here. I go in with another even bigger, fluffier brush and just soften it all. And then, like here for example, just kind of dust over. You can see that softens it quite a bit. So I'm happy with that because I am going to be doing, it needs to be kind of dark and a little bit dramatic because I'm going to do winged liner and lashes, so I need to create balance. I still do my eyebrows the same. I'm still using just a small angled brush and the Anastasia brow pomade. So that's super simple. I just kind of rake it through there. I'm not very precise with it. I use the color taupe. And then just follow the lines of my brows. And then I extend the corner and just flick out a little bit. And then do the same on this side, and then I actually will come back on and show you something new I'm doing with my eyebrows. Okay, so right now the trend in eyebrows, it's all about laminated brows, brows that are spiky, that look natural, that have been tinted. I just naturally don't have those kind of brows and I haven't gotten mine laminated. So in an effort to be more on trend and make my brows look a little more natural, once I have the pomade product in there, I take this. This is the Brett Friedman Brett Brow Arch Control Gel. It's a tinted gel, and I just go through and flick my eyebrow hairs up and try to move that pomade through in a direction that mimics natural hair. This also gives my individual hairs a little bit more shape, makes my brows look a little bit more prominent, and kind of gives you that laminated effect that's so popular now, as you can see. So kind of like that. Then I take the dry spoolie that's on the other end and just go through again to pick up any excess product, because I don't want my brows to look too drawn on. I like them to look thick and have any gaps filled in that need filling, but I don't want too much product in there either. Sorry, that went out of focus. So like that. So after I finish my brows, then I go in with the Stila liquid liner in Intense Black. I have not changed my eyeliner routine. I still just lay the pen flat to create that wing like that. And then I just really try and get in my lashes individually and go all the way to this inner corner. So I do that on both sides. Although that looks pretty good. I could leave it open like that because now cat eye's really big and people aren't filling in right there. So let's just for today go in just really lightly, fill in any kind of gaps in the lashes and just let that wing be kind of stark on the end. I'm feeling good about that. So let's go do that on the other side, and then we'll come back and do lashes and lips, and then we'll be done. All right, we got our liner done on both sides. Next, what I do is I just coat my lashes really well with Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is the mascara I've been using lately and loving. I'll have links to, I'll start an Amazon list with all these products and I'll put it in my description box down below. But yeah, just I coat my bottom and top really well. I won't do that on camera because I don't want this to get too long or tedious. And then I am using the Ardell Naturals in the style 421, and so I pop those on using the Duo glue, and I've been using the Quick Set strip lash adhesive, and always I use dark glue. So I'm going to go do that now. We'll come back and then we'll do lips. Okay fam, I am back. Got lashes on, feeling alive. Now let's do lips. So I use the Perfect Face lip liner in Cameo. It's just like the perfect nude. It is not super pale. I say it's nude because it blends with my lip color perfectly. So you can see how subtle that lip line is. And I overdraw my lips just a little bit. Because again, I have sun exposure right on the lip line, so I just like to cover that up and blend it so it's not super dark and noticeable. And then I do the same on the bottom. Just like so. Then what I do is I just take my lip liner and I fill in the corners, and I do these little like lip marks I've seen people do like this. Which is supposed to help make your lips look fuller. And then I just fill in the corners with a little more darkness from my lip liner. Like so. Now, I feel like, Amidala.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I was not talking to Alexa. Then I go over all of this with the NYX Liquid Lingerie in the color Lace Detail. This is a matte lip. And I just cover everything that we just went over. So this is pretty similar to the Cameo color, but a little bit lighter so that lip liner still can show through and maintain that shape we really created. And then I'll just rub together like that. I let this dry, and then my lip routine kind of changes. Sometimes I'll use this liquid catsuit in the color Send Nudes. Oh my. But I actually just got this little Tarte, I don't know how to pronounce this, Maracuja Juicy Lip. And it is so moisturizing. So I let this dry so it's totally matte. And then I just pump this up and go over to really bring some shine back into the lip. It tastes good. It tastes kind of like coconutty. And I just think it looks so nice. And like kind of a nice sheen. And that is how I do my makeup these days. I'm going to go do my hair. I'm actually going to do a tutorial on that. and then I'll come back and we'll sign off. And that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch. A special thank you, as always, to my live chat crew who is here with me now. Live chat crew, I love you. You guys are incredible. If you are looking for kindness, community, and friendship, please join us every Wednesday and Sunday as I'm premiering videos. We are here live chatting on the premieres, and we would love to have you be part of our group. I also want to give a big shout out to Lindsay Havnier. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Lindsay. You've been commenting asking for a makeup tutorial for a while, and I am sorry it's taken this long, but this is it. This is how I've been doing my makeup. Thank you for putting in your request. You also had a request for how I do my blonde. I, as you can tell, am going for a touch-up in just a few days, so I'll have that video shortly. But thank you. Thank you for watching my videos, for commenting on my channel, and for requesting a video. I love seeing what you guys are interested in and what you want me to create. So that means the world to me, Lindsay. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you next time right here on Alleyways. Bye!